What's up? Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I really wanted to do, so my plan originally was to film like 2 days ago and do a New Year's Eve kind of glam look, but it's January 2nd now, so whoops. So instead what we're going to be doing today is kind of a, I don't want to say back to school because obviously, I mean, it is back to school because winter break is over, but I just want to do something that's going to be pretty simple, but it's going to last all day. I want to take you guys step by step through my routine if I'm going to be out for, let's say I'm working for 8 or 9 hours, or I have a long day, or if you have parties, because there's a lot of parties going on this month, this holiday season. So anything like that, I want to give you guys kind of a rundown of steps you should take to make your base, your face, and your base last all day and all night. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, well, first things first, coffee. I had it in my last video, I have it in this video, I'll probably have it in every video because I'm a coffee addict. Coffee or wine. I should drink more water. Okay, so this is all going to be kind of based on your specific skin type, so what I'm doing in this video might not necessarily work for your skin type. I am oily combo, so I don't get oily on my cheeks or like the sides of my face, I just get really oily in the T-zone. So that's where I'm going to focus the majority of my primers, my setting, like any of my tricks are going to mainly focus on keeping that that T-zone not so oily and more matte and fresh looking throughout the day without cakiness, no oil, no grease, everything like that. And I will do a check-in later on. So I'm going, right now it is 12:18 in the afternoon. I go to work at 4. I'll probably be home around 11:30. So I'm going to have this on for a good almost 11 hours. So you guys can see how it wears and what products I like to use that work best for moi. And maybe they'll work good for you too. And also, excuse me, that I have a lot of samples. Like I have a lot of these mini size things. I work at Ulta, so I get a lot of mini shit, like whatever. So alright, so for the T-zone, I'm going to use two different primers. For the T-zone, I'm going to go in with the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. So this is, you can see like it's like a silicone based primer. It's going to be very, can you see that? Hello, focus, please. So it has that silicone feel to it, and it's going to be a pore filling primer. And I don't have like crazy large pores or anything, but it's still going to help mattify those areas and keep your foundation on all day. I always have problems with it rubbing off of my nose. My nose is my biggest fucking competitor. Like, I hate, like, I have such a hard time. I struggle so much with my nose, putting foundation on, getting it to stay on, like it's a process. So with these kind of primers, these silicone based primers, you want to really press it into the skin, or else they can like ball up for some reason if you rub it too much. This way they really get into your pores. And I'll even take like a little sponge and just go over it, really pressing it into the skin. Okay, so for the other primer I'm going to be using, it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. And this is going to be really good if you do have like dry skin, because your foundation is going to look a little bit more radiant and less like dry and flaky on the skin. But I'm only going to be applying a little bit to like the outer areas of my face, because I don't necessarily need mattifying primer on those areas. I want to be more glowy and luminous. So for the foundation, my holy grail foundation I have not found another one that I have loved as much as this one, and you guys are gonna be so shocked by what it is. Well, maybe not, I don't know. I feel like people on YouTube always promote like the high-end shit. Like, I'm broke. Sorry, no, it's a new year, I'm manifesting good things. I'm not broke, I am abundant. I have abundance in my life. But my favorite foundation is the Maybelline Super Stay, no. What is it called? Yeah. The Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. This is the bomb.com. If you have oily skin, honestly, even if you don't, like it's not too matte. It still looks radiant when you put it on, but it will last all day. Like eventually, yes, your natural oils will come out and kind of mix with the foundation, but it's in such a beautiful way. I love this stuff. I've gone through like 3 bottles. It's my absolute favorite. So I'll take about 2 pumps on my hand. I will add more if need be. Taking a Morphe sponge, one of their sculpting contour whatever sponge, and I'm just gonna kind of dab that onto my face. Okay, so next step is going to be concealer. I've just recently gotten into using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'd only tried it once before. I didn't really I was kind of meh about it. I've been using Shape Tape recently, but I have noticed that it's been quite drying under my skin. So I actually I've been liking this one because it's a little bit more, well, it's radiant, like the bottle says. But that's why I've been really enjoying this one. And even though I'm oily, it doesn't really seem to affect anything. Like, it still stays on all day. And it's not quite as full coverage as the Shape Tape, but that's okay for me. Like, I don't need it to be that full, you know? Like, I don't know. Depends on the look I'm doing, I guess. I don't set my face too heavily with the exception of this. Oops. Oh shit. I don't even set my under eyes that heavily because I just feel like they get dry and they get crusty and cracky looking. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just lightly set under my eyes and kind of just brush it over the entire face. First, blending out those creases to make sure that nothing is, you don't want to set the creases. You want to set it before it creases. I'm just doing it, dusting it lightly over my entire face. Now that I've lightly set my entire face, I'm then going to go in and set my T-zone a little bit heavier with a damp sponge and more setting powder. So I'm using the Coty Airspun. I'm going to take that on my damp sponge like so. And now I can really go in on the areas that get oily that I'm most concerned about. And just pressing that into the skin. I find that if I go right in with a damp sponge and try to set it, sometimes it can move the foundation or it can look a little like ashy and crusty. So if I lightly set everything first and then I go in with a heavier hand, it just brings a nicer finish for me personally. Okay, so now that I have my whole face powdered, I'm going to go in with some more powder, of course. So now we're I'm delirious. So let's see, we're gonna go in with some bronzer now. We're gonna do a little bronzing, some contouring, some bronzing, some highlighting, some yummy stuff. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go in with to contour my face is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have hit pan. I need another one. It's one of my favorite bronzers ever. Taking a little Morphe. It's a blush brush. I know my last video, I like to use blush brushes for contour. sue me. Taking that right in the cheekbone. Bringing that into the hairline. Take a little bit of a bigger brush, same shape, just a little bit bigger, fluffier, from IT Cosmetics. I'm going to dip into the, oh, this is a mess, don't judge me, hold on. It is a Kevyn Aucoin, kind of like a bronzer book. It has a sculptor, contour, bronzer, highlight, and blush. And the blush is named Aurora. Hello, it was meant to be. So I'm going to take a little bit of the bronze and lightly fluff that over my contour. I find this is the sculpt is a little gray for me. I wore it once and I felt a little like I was in like a morgue, like I was like a dead body. I don't know. So now you have come back to life. Congratulations, you are no longer dead looking. So now I'm going to go ahead and spritz my face with some setting spray. I do setting spray about 2 times in my routine. First, after all of my base is set, and then again once I'm complete with the entire look. So I'm going to take the NYX mattifying setting spray and just go in, honey. Alright, so my base is done. The next step is going to be brows. I'm going to do that off camera. And then I will come back and we will do highlight. We'll do a light eye look, like maybe a little like a light smoky eye or something. My nose is itchy. Ah! I'm thinking like some bold red lips, so I will catch you back in 1 second. Woo! Brows are on. I'm looking less crazy. Once my brows are on, I feel like I can conquer the world. Yes. Okay, so what I decided I want to do is something very like a classic, like just a little bit of brown shadow, a wing, and some red lipstick. And I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do today. So first, I need to put a highlight on because I need it in my life. Okay, so for highlight, I'm going to go all out. The Artist Couture Coco Bling Diamond Glow Powder. If you guys have not tried the Artist Couture highlighters, they're freaking amazing. They're so sparkly. Like this is my, fun fact. First highlighter I ever bought was this one. Probably 2 or 3 years ago. And it's still full. Like it's gonna last you forever. I don't even dip right into the container because there's so much powder. I dip actually into the lid. And that's like really all you need because so much comes on your brush. And it looks like diamonds on your face. It's the best highlighter ever. That sucks you can only buy it online that I know of. They should really like put it in stores. I've been really into doing just like the tip of my nose lately for highlight because I get oily anyways. So like all I really need is the tip. I'm gonna take the Makeup Revolution Emily the Wants Emily. I don't understand the title of this. Is it Emily? Is it the Wants? Is it, I don't know. It's the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit the Wants palette. Yes, and actually I don't know if they're still selling this anymore. We haven't had it for in Ulta for a while. But it's really pretty. It's actually really good quality shadows. Go ahead, Makeup Revolution, for doing the damn thing with your eyeshadows because I approve. It's Aurora approved. Bing! I'm trying to be Jeffree Star. I'm not. Let's zoom in. Now that we're up close and personal, I'm going to take a little bit of, oh god, I don't even know. What am I doing? I think I'm going to take a little bit of this Prayer, which is like a cool tone, a cool tone brown. Or pink, I don't know, we'll see what it comes out to be on my eye. So I'm taking the shade Deeper, which is Dues Paid, I think. I'm just gonna deepen the crease and this little like flipped out wing I have going on. I'm really being messy. Like this is not like, you don't need to be neat when you're doing this, because I'm not doing a crazy eye look. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a wing anymore because I'm winging out the shadow. Bring it down my nose slightly, just to connect. Especially if it's like a brown shadow like this. Like I'm not gonna bring like blue down my nose. That's a little too avant-garde for me. At least to wear in public. But I think this makes it really pretty. It really deepens up your eye sockets. My camera's dying. Oh! Alright, putting on lashes. I'll be right back. My camera's dying! Sorry about that. My camera was about to die and... sorry. So what I did, I just put on lashes, mascara, lipstick. I use the, sorry I'm rushing my camera. It's like dying. It's actually Sephora, like a little Sephora sample. Shh, don't tell my job. It's a red lipstick. I really like it. It goes on super smooth. It wears really nicely. So I'm going to check back in with you guys when I get back home from work. And hopefully everything looks the exact same, maybe even a little better. You never know. What's up, guys? I'm back. It is now currently 10:34 p.m. So last time you saw me, I think it was around 12 in the afternoon. I just got back from work. I've had a full day. Nothing on my face has changed much, but I just wanted to give you a little update. I got some lipstick on my chin, so that's why I look ridiculous. And you know, you can't get red lipstick off of your foundation. It does not work. It's gonna stain. Luckily it happened after work on my way home, so nobody saw me looking crazy. But so this is pretty much, I did not touch up at all during the day. This is my entire 8 hours of wear, or 10 hours of wear. And I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see. So I am a little oily, obviously, in my T-zone, but that is to be expected. But the foundation, ignore the lipstick, the foundation is not breaking up at all in my T-zone. I'm a little oily, but nothing crazy. It kind of just, then my natural oils just mix with my foundation, and I think it actually looks nice and radiant. I don't have any problems ever when I use this foundation, the Superstay by Maybelline. Absolute favorite. Every day my face, after 10, 12, 14 hours, my base always looks solid, so highly recommend. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please comment down below any video ideas you may have for me, or anything you want to see, any questions regarding products, price, anything of that nature. Let me know. And don't forget, you can follow me on all my social media. My Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and Facebook are linked all down below. I'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe.